It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC West. It's the Raiders and the Broncos. All that and more coming up next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
And off we go from Denver. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
In the midst of a tumultuous 2021 season, the Las Vegas Raiders really turned to their quarterback, Derek Carr, to not only drive their offense, leading to career-high totals from the 8th-year passer and a nearly 5,000-yard season throwing the football, but also his leadership ability. He really grabbed that team and led them to the playoffs for the 2nd time in his career while coming out in one of the toughest divisions in football.
They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go with Abdullah again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Carr. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw his Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Carr now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Jacobs. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Jacobs gets past 1 man. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Time for our first look at the Denver offense, and, of course, the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
The Denver Broncos knew exactly what they wanted when they acquired Russell Wilson. They wanted to bring in a quarterback who was durable, consistent, and a proven winner to take a talented roster back to the postseason. And Russell Wilson, he was all of those things in Seattle. One losing record in 10 seasons, missed only 3 games in that time, and made 9 Pro Bowls.
Oh, look at the juke. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You make the play. What's the deal, y'all? Let's go. Let's go, fellas.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfrow. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Carr. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. A give up the gut to Abdullah. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the 39, Carr. He goes underneath to Abdullah. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. Down to about the 22 here. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 7. Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2021 was the first time in Jacobs' career that he failed to reach 1,000 yards in a season, but his scoring didn't slow down at all. Still finished with 9 touchdowns in 15 games, and his 28 touchdowns since he entered the league are the 5th most in the NFL.
On 1st down, Carr. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Carr now to throw. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 and he got 4 on 3rd down.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left, and I thought maybe think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead, finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on 3rd down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. A dump off for Abdullah. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Carlson able to put this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. This one swung out to Williams, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's go, fellas. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rush decisions or another turnover.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Corliss Waitman now. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Get him now.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Jerry Jeudy took a step back from his rookie numbers in 2021 while battling an ankle injury throughout the season. They're definitely hoping the arrival of Russell Wilson can help him reach his ceiling as a former 15th overall pick. Jeudy came through there with a chain-moving catch.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. A gain of 22. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Gordon. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are back within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points, and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose.
Denver's offense now set to go. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now Wilson on 2nd down.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
Second and 5 now. Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw his Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams.
Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 25 on second down, Wilson. Throw left side taken in by Washington.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. Buying time to his left. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Here's Wilson. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They go play action with Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, it's Williams. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
The kick by McManus is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. From midfield, here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They go with Jacobs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. 4th and short, they had the ball right at the midfield stripe. Was curious what they were going to do. Turns out going for it, the good play.
Reminded me of a conversation we had yesterday before this game where you said, you know, it's interesting about the NFL nowadays. Oftentimes in short yardage situations, they throw the ball. In the old days, they would run it. That was an old school call right there.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 68 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. This is a screen to Abdullah. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller with a touchdown grab from Derek Carr. And the Raiders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 17. Score. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in at the goal line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Chandler Jones so quick. He was the one that got in to stop that one before it got started.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Let's ride, dog. Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Here's Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. The Broncos in their hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Throwing now is Wilson. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
Now Carr. Pass complete, it's Adams.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Let's go now, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go right here. Let's rock, baby.
Carr to throw.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 52, and this for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So what a finish here. They maneuver to the outskirts of his range, Charles. He steps up, drills it from long distance.
That was no gimme. I like that expression, outskirts of his range. Look, the kickers that I've met, all they want is a chance. And I think he knew this one was good the second it left his foot.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Fielded right around the 8.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.